I'm a planner with the Roanoke County Planning Department. I mostly do long-range planning, but do a wide variety of different tasks too. So we work with the greenways, we work with blueways, we work with the other jurisdictions in the region as well, planning the future of the Roanoke Valley.
We're trying to look at the long-term future of the county. We look at it from a variety of aspects, whether it's a land use and development standpoint, housing, commercial development, from an environmental standpoint and protecting those environmental resources that the people in the region love and why they move here. And also looking at our community facilities, planning for the expansion of those and where they need to be located over time. And so planning looks at all those type of things as far as the future development of the community and trying to see where we're going to grow in the future.
Planning is a very broad category, but my section of the comp plan is land use, housing, population, natural and cultural resources. So I have been making maps like the one behind me. I've been analyzing what's happening on the ground now, what our zoning is, what the future land use map says now, and then making proposals for how maybe that should change based on the input we've received.
The Roanoke County 200 plan is a 15-year update to the Roanoke County Comprehensive Plan. So we're calling it the 200 plan because it actually coincides with the Roanoke County Bicentennial in 2038.
It's the first time it's been updated since 2005, so it's a pretty major update. It's an overarching plan that kind of goes over and helps determine smaller plans, small area plans, corridor plans, strategic plans, things like this that are used by decision makers when they're making decisions about the future.
In the fall we had a set of 12 community meetings. We put all those exercises that we did online as well. We did a variety of videos with the board members and planning commission members and other community leaders to get the word out. We're holding 7 community meetings this spring to kind of build on those fall community meetings to have what they said and then trying to come up with recommendations and a variety of recommendations for people to weigh in of what's their priority in their individual community planning area. We have 11 different community planning areas, and so we're trying to tailor it to more of that community focus.
We need to hear what all these people in all these different community planning areas know and feel and think about their areas and how they want them to grow. I mean, this plan is for the citizen.
I think folks don't really realize how far in advance projects really begin in the planning phases. So there are certain projects that begin 5 years in advance of construction beginning. Even something as simple as a restaurant has to go through the entire zoning process and then the building side as well of actually being constructed. So when you think about a project that small in comparison to a major residential development or something like that, you really have to go through a lengthy process to build all these projects that we're planning years out for.
There's a lot of things that are projects that are coming to fruition, and I'll use Hollins as an example. We did the original Hollins area plan in 2008, and a lot of that looked at the sidewalk network that's being built today. We have probably 2 miles worth of sidewalks improvement projects that are being put in place, along with other development that's place. But there are a lot of things that took place 10 years ago that are now finally coming to fruition.
All of these new projects through the Route 419 Tanglewood corridor, whether they're office development or retail development or restaurants, all of those bring foot traffic to the corridor. So you'll begin to see more people utilizing all of these new transportation projects, whether it's the roads, the bike lanes, the sidewalks, the crosswalks. You'll see more people out, branching out and exploring new businesses, and hopefully it'll bring a demand in for more residential development as well. Obviously, the area is booming now, but we hope all of these new developments really bring in different populations and make the 419 area a new hub, kind of the county gateway into Roanoke County.
It takes a cooperation between the public and the private sectors to make these things happen, and a lot of it is private sector. When we say we want a mixed-use development in a certain area, the county's not going to build that mixed-use development. That's a private industry, but we do get the road building going, the sidewalks, the libraries, the schools, and that is all part of putting together the big picture.
I've been here 15 years. I've seen some of the things that have taken this long to get implemented, right? You like to see what you've done from a planning perspective actually come out and be a real life project. So there's been, especially this last 5 years or so, we've had a lot of projects that have been constructed that were the result of efforts that took place when I first got here.
Roanoke County's planning efforts make an impact because it keeps your community safe, it keeps your community clean, but also provides stable growth over time.
It's important because it helps organize growth and helps with the economy, and it also, a huge component of it is community engagement. So we include the community, we get their opinions and ideas, and make sure that our plans are reflecting what the residents and business owners and property owners want to see.
I enjoy my job because it's something different every day, but it's also shaping the future of Roanoke County and where I grew up.
It's very important for you to come and give your input and let us know how you want your community to look in the next 15 to 20 years.